Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video we are going to be talking about 5 powerful features for the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra using your S Pen. S Pen is a powerful tool, allows you to write and sketch with precision. If you're an artist, you can use it to draw anything. But on top of that, it has some great hidden features and productivity features that I want you guys to learn. Meanwhile, if you want to buy the S23 Ultra, links are going to be down below to get it at the best pricing and with maximum amount of freebies. Details in the description. Alright, so the very first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to unlock your S23 Ultra with the S Pen. So here's my phone. I'm going to double tap. Now it's locked. Okay, I'm going to grab my S Pen. I'm going to click the button, and that's simply going to unlock the phone. As you can see, it first activates the lock screen and then unlocks and goes inside the actual phone. So let me show that to you one more time. It's locked. Press the button, unlocks it, and you're good to go in the screen. So let's see how to set this up. So you go to your settings, and then you go into advanced features, and then you go into the S Pen. Alright, once you're in the S Pen, you scroll down and you go to more S Pen settings. Once you do that, you're going to see the S Pen unlock feature. So I just turned off the setting. I'm going to re-enable it. When you re-enable this, it is going to ask you to put in your PIN number. That's the PIN number you use to unlock your phone. So once I do that, I tap on continue. Now it is enabled. And now, if I lock the screen, what is going to happen is I'm going to click the button. Okay? When you click the button for the first time after activating the feature, it is going to ask you to put your PIN number one more time for final confirmation. Or you can just do your fingerprint. So I'm going to put my PIN, tap on OK. Now it is actually set, okay? And then, now I can grab the pen, click the button, goes to the lock screen, unlocks the phone. Of course, if you restart your phone, you still have to put your PIN number in, if you update your phone and stuff like that. And if your S Pen disconnects from the phone using that Bluetooth connection, that feature is going to deactivate. That is just going to be for security. And let's say you actually want to disable the feature. Just one thing I'm going to show you guys, back in the advanced features, under S Pen, and if you go back into more S Pen settings, when you disable this, it's still going to ask you for PIN confirmation. Just something to keep in mind, but otherwise, it's a fantastic feature. You're doing something, you turn off the phone, and you just want to go inside, I can just press the button, and it just goes straight into my phone. And I do want to let you know, this process is happening via Bluetooth, and you can see, if I go over here to S Pen, you can see the S Pen is connected to the phone, but the phone knows it is removed because it is not in the actual chassis. If this says disconnected, that feature is going to get disabled. So that's feature number 1. Let's move on to feature number 2. The next thing that's pretty amazing is some note-taking features. So of course you can press this button and you can bring up the Air Command menu. From here, you can create a note right from here. Okay, you can start writing, or let me just X this out. You can simply go into Samsung Notes, which is this application. Let me put this out here for a minute. You can launch this application, you can create a new note, and you can start writing, and you can pick various pencils and pens. Now, one thing I like is if you really want to use this note-taking application for the classroom, or maybe for engineering, for software engineering, whatever, you have the ability to draw some really nice flowcharts. If you, at the bottom we have a bar. If you scroll all the way over, there is an icon here that says Autofix Shapes. So if you click this and you draw any shape, it will convert that shape to its perfect form. So triangle, okay, rectangle, whatever you have, it's going to make it perfect. Let's go to the next page here. Let's do another rectangle, square, okay. Inside the square you can have this, you can have this, and you can have this. Okay, so it's going to make everything perfect for you. Obviously, if you don't like what it did for you, you just undo that and do it again, and it's going to make the other perfection for you. Even works with an arrow. So if you draw an arrow, look what it's going to do. Boom. Okay, so great for flowchart and stuff like that, for the classroom, for the workplace, whatever. Let's move on to the next tactic. Alright, the next feature has to do with your calendar, where you can do some amazing things with the S Pen. There's two ways to access and activate this feature. First, you can simply go to the calendar. So I'm going to bring it up right here. Okay, so here's my calendar. You might see this view. Okay, if you have this view, make sure to expand it, and then you're going to see this icon on the top. That icon is the right on the calendar icon with the S Pen. So if I click on this, I can start writing on my calendar just as if I was writing on a piece of paper. On top of that, I can zoom in and get really down to it and put some really nice details. Okay, so for every day of the calendar, I can do whatever I want. I can write stuff and whatever, mark stuff. I can check stuff off like this. And when you save this, okay, and let's just exit the calendar for a second. I'm going to go back into it, calendar. When you go back into it, you're going to see those writings on your calendar. No other phone that I know of is capable of doing something like this, except for Samsung phones with the S Pen functionality. Now that's one way to activate. Just simply launch the calendar. Another thing you can do is you can bring up the Air Command menu by pressing this button. So I press the button, I get the Air Command menu. Right now the option is not there. So what you do is you click on the Add button at the bottom. You click on Add. It takes you to the shortcuts screen. And look at this. We have this right on calendar option. You click on it, it shows up at the bottom here. Now you're done. Let's exit this. Now I'm going to bring up back the Air Command by clicking the button. And now I have right on calendar right here. So without having to actually launch the application, I can just press, go right inside, and start writing, as you can see, on my calendar. This is incredible. So two ways to get that done. Absolutely fantastic feature. Let's move on to the next tactic. The next thing I want to show you guys has to do with previewing stuff when you hover the S Pen over items. So for example, if I go to my gallery application here, here's a couple videos and a couple photos. If you have this certain setting enabled, you can hover over objects. So I'm not going to touch the screen, I'm just going to hover. And look, you're able to get a preview of that photo, and even two settings you can access right from the preview. Now, if I were to do that on a video, let's just do it on this one. The video actually starts to play. You can watch the video in this little preview window, even though I'm not touching anything. I'm just hovering over the item. So let me show you how to enable this. It does work in other apps as well. So if I go to my settings, advanced features, again, S Pen. This is called as the Air View. So basically, you can see there's additional options. You can do previews, and you can see the pointer. You can see pointers only, and you can see preview only. Pointer means this little pointer that shows up on the screen. You're not going to see it right now until you have your phone, but there's a little pointer that actually is indicating where the pen is pointing before it touches the screen. But I like to have both of these enabled. And look, you can even use this to scroll. You can go to the gallery, you can go to calendar. Let me just bring up calendar here. Calendar. And I can actually preview calendar entries as well, like this. So anything that you added, you can see it pops up like this without me touching the actual screen. Another great little feature that can make things easier. Now you will be using your S Pen a lot, I hope, because you have this powerful tool. One thing that you want to do is you actually want to customize the Air Command menu. Again, when you press the button, the Air Command menu pops just like this. At the bottom, you're going to see settings. You click on this settings, and the first thing I want you guys to do is choose a style. So Air Command, you can have a standard style, the one that you just saw. Let me see if it works right here. Okay, this one. Or you can have a compact size. If I click over here, now I get a nice and compact size. But even if I hover over this, it'll tell me what it is. So you don't have to touch the screen, you just hover over it. Like magic, it tells you what that is. So that's one thing you want to do. Choose the menu style for the Air Command as you use it in the future. But additionally, you want to do the shortcuts. So what shortcuts do you want in the Air Command? So I can X all these off for a second here. And I'm going to tell you guys, you have shortcuts for the S Pen specific features, and you can shortcut to apps as well. So I can have, let's say I use this app a lot and this app a lot. I can have them as a shortcut, And then if I go up, let's say I want to create notes all the time, write on the calendar all the time, and let's say I want to do Smart Select all the time. So now those 5 features are in my compact Air Command menu, as you can see. And if I hover over it, you can see exactly what is what. And of course, you can add even more. It's going to be up to you. I can just launch an application, or I can just launch a feature like the Smart Select, as you can see, which selects any portion of the screen and takes a screenshot. You can edit or save it and stuff like that. Okay, so that was a final feature I want to talk about. S Pen is a great tool. There are so many more features, and of course I want to make a video showcasing all those as well. But these will give you an idea and also get you started. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Drop them down below. Let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day.